All right, let's talk about something that trips up just about everyone learning Spanish. Those two little verbs, ser and estar. They both mean to be, but you can't just swap them out. Today, we're going to crack this code for good, and not with some boring grammar chart, but with a simple story. Let's jump in. Ser or estar, it really is the eternal dilemma, isn't it? Is a person ser friendly or estar friendly? Is a party ser fun or estar fun? It seems super tricky, but I promise you there's a clear logic behind it, and we are about to uncover it together. So, to really get the difference, we're going to dive into a short story about a small town. Instead of trying to memorize a bunch of rules right away, let's just listen and see how these verbs actually get used. You'll see that context is everything. Our story begins like this. Once upon a time, there was a small town. In this town, the people were kind and hardworking. Now, pay attention to that word eran. It's a form of ser. It's describing the fundamental character of the people, who they were deep down. And then someone new arrives. One day, a new boy arrived in town. His name was Luis. There it is again. Era, another form of ser. His name is part of his identity. It's a core fact about him, so it makes sense. Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. There's a big shift here. Luis was not sad, but he was a little nervous. We've got estaba now, which is a form of estar. So why the switch? Well, because being nervous isn't who Luis is all the time, it's just how he's feeling in that moment. Now, compare Luis's temporary feeling to the other kids in town. The children of the town were friendly and wanted to help Luis. They eran amigables. This is their essential nature, their characteristic. It's a classic example of when to use ser. And would you look at that? A wonderful change. Luis was happy. He felt part of the group. He estaba contento. His state has totally changed. He went from being nervous to being happy. It's a condition, right? Not a permanent personality trait. This is the perfect job for estar. The story ends with this big idea, a core value. Friendship was very important to them. Era importante. This describes the essential quality of friendship for this whole community. It's a fundamental belief, so you guessed it, we use ser. Okay, story time is over, so now let's put on our detective hats and really analyze what we just heard. We're going to break down why those specific words were chosen, and this is where you'll see the pattern just pop right out. Let's think about the townspeople. The story said they eran amables. They were kind. Now, does that sound like a permanent characteristic or just a temporary mood? It's who they are, right? Their very essence. And that is a huge clue. Okay, now let's think about Luis when he first got there. The story says he estaba nervioso. So, was he a fundamentally nervous person, or was he just feeling nervous in that particular moment? It was a temporary state, a feeling brought on by a new situation. See the difference? And all of that leads us right to the key difference, the golden rule that's going to clear everything up. You've already seen it in action, now we're going to make it official. This slide just lays it out so perfectly. Look, on the left, in the ser column, you've got all these descriptions of inherent characteristics, what the people were like. And on the right, in the estar column, you see these temporary states, how Luis was feeling at different times. It's a super clear split between what something is versus how something is. So here it is. This is the rule you need to remember. Ser is what you use for permanent characteristics, the very essence of something. And estar is for temporary states, how something is right now, how it is not what it is. All right, now that we've got the rule down, let's wrap this all up by looking at the final lesson and, more importantly, how you can start applying this knowledge right away. So, to boil it all down to its simplest form, think of ser as the essence. It answers the question, who or what are you? It's for your identity, where you're from, your job, your core traits. Now think of estar as the condition. It answers, how are you? It's for emotions, locations, and temporary states. Ser is for the long haul, estar is for right now. And let's bring it all back to the heart of our story. The big lesson was that being kind and sharing was the best thing. Ser amable. See, it's not just a temporary action, it's a way of being, an essential quality you strive for. Understanding the grammar actually helps us get the deeper meaning of the message. So, I'll leave you with this final thought to practice with. Think about yourself. Who are you fundamentally? And how are you feeling right here in this very moment? ¿Cómo eres y cómo estás? The answer to that simple question uses everything we've just learned.